Okay, good day. My name is Peter Jordan, and we're here for the third session on boundaries. I thought we will be able to complete it in two, but yeah, there's always a lot to talk about, and this is such a big skill. And we welcome Chanel back again. Thank you, Chanel, for being back for this, the third and the last video for boundaries, but there will be lots of subsequent boundaries, things where I'm going to use it to interact with people, short little stories about this was the situation that they had, and then this is how you put a boundary in place for that kind of situation or this kind of one. So there'll be lots of small ones that will follow this. And all of those is just the way to try and teach you how to do it, because this is such a big skill for you to learn. And then if you can learn by watching the other videos, then it becomes something you can say, oh, okay, so I can do this, I can do that, I can do all these things, and then gradually the skill grows, okay, on the thing. It's like you learning to ride a bicycle, okay? This riding a bicycle, are you going to just jump on the bicycle first time and pedal? No, unless you're some kind of exceptional genius, okay? But all of us, we got on the bicycle, fell off, got on the bicycle, fell off, okay? So we all make mistakes, but gradually we learn the skill. And this is what boundary setting is about. It's about you learning a skill, and this skill will be with you for the rest of your life. In fact, for however long you are as a being, okay? Because this learning will stay with you forever, okay? And it's a wonderful thing to learn. All right, so metaphor number 3. Okay, so this is about you and your energy body. Okay, so we've all got this energy body around us. Okay, now I've spoken a lot about how it is that we take the power from you, and then it is you've got to now get your power back, and all of that. Okay, so I don't want to rehash all that, but in the energy body, I just want to explain a little bit of the ways that we all do to get you to give me your energy. So there's one way, it is I can be really aggressive and, sort of the whole kind of thing, like this on you, etc. So there's that anger. As soon as I've got that kind of sort of mode on you, then you can become frightened, and then you give away your power. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is I can become manipulative on you. So I could say, well, Chanel, if you really loved me as your friend, then it is that you would do this for me. Okay, or if you like me, or if you want to be my friend, then it is you would do this for me. Okay, so that's the whole manipulation of things. Or I can get you to feel sorry for me. Say, oh, Chanel, life's so hard, and I need you to help me, and I need you to make it better for me because I can't do it. Okay, it's another way for you to feel sorry for me. Okay, or I could be needy. Say, oh, Chanel, I need you to be this, and I need you to be with, and I need you to all that. And Chanel, please don't leave me because I need you. Okay, another way. All right. So there's the thing. Then I could use sarcasm on you. Okay, some kind of sarcastic way. Oh, obviously you don't care about me, right? You don't care. I can see you don't care. Okay, that's another way of things. Okay, so we've all got these whole there's a whole kaleidoscope of things, of ways that we as human beings, how we interact with each other, okay, to try and get the other person's energy of some sort, okay, on the thing. So Um, when it is that I want to come and take your power from you, and you don't want to give it to me. Okay, now I come with my whole cupboard full of tools about how I'm going to find a way where I can find this issue in you, okay, this trigger point in you. And I come with this whole cupboard full of tools, and I'm going to try this one, I'm going to try that one, and everything, okay? And you say, no, I'm not going to give you this, my power here, and I'm not going to give you that power there. When you don't give me your power, then how am I forced to interact with you? I've got to treat you with
love and respect.
Yeah. Okay, on all of that. So when it is that you stop taking, or you stop me from taking your power, as soon as I realize I cannot take your power, okay, and you put the blocks up there, then I realize that is, if I'm going to get your cooperation from you, I need to treat you differently. And in that differently, this is the thing that we are all hardwired with. Okay, when I say hardwired, I mean this is an automatic response that comes up in anybody who's doing this. Okay, they might not like it, but it is an automatic response. You can't change it. As soon as I say I want to take your power and you say no, okay, and I will try many different kinds of ways. And of course, I explained it in the last video about why it is I can't take your power, and that's because we are equal in power, okay? So I'm not more powerful than you, and I'm not less powerful than you. I'm equal when we were created. We all created exactly equal. So when you realize that I cannot take this power from you, then this one, a automatic reaction comes up on the inside of them. And this automatic reaction is one of respect. That they now know it is that they cannot take this other person's power. So as soon as you stop them from taking your power, it's an automatic reaction when you put your boundary in place with them. And this is what we're going to do a little bit later on. When you put your boundary in place, then they realize it is that I can't take your power, I can't do this, so then it is, now I need to treat you differently. Okay, and in that treating you differently, it leads to respect. What often happens with many of us is that the trigger is there, and the trigger comes up, well, if I put this boundary in place, then it is they're going to be upset with me, okay, and then they will leave me. Or I'm going to hurt their feelings, and then they're going to be upset with me, and then they're going to leave me. Or if I do this, then it is that they're going to not want to be with me, okay? Or they won't love me, or they won't accept me, or they won't anything else. None of that is true. All of that is you and your tissues have been triggered, and in this tissue you imagine all sorts of kinds of things, okay, about how this response from this person is going to be like that or like this or like that. None of it is true. It's you and it's your stuff, because the trigger in you is the thing that came about as a result of your subconscious when you were a little boy or a little girl. Okay? Well, if I say this, then that's going to happen. If I do this, then that's going to happen. Everything else. But the thing is, at that stage, you didn't know about boundaries, and nobody taught you about boundaries. And if you knew about boundaries, you wouldn't be watching this video in the first place. Okay? So the reason that you're watching all this is for you to learn about boundaries. Okay, so I want to cast your mind back to when I got you to recall your power. And when you recalled your power, I told you that this power that is now in you, this is the inner I of you. This is the inner power of you. This is the inner God spark in you, or the universal spark in you, or whatever it is that you want to call it. Okay? This is that spark, that I in you. So now, when it is that you use the word I in your sentence with somebody, then it is you address this inner I of you. When you address this inner I of you, this inner God spark of you, then it energizes this energy body around you. Okay? When it energizes this energy body around you, and this is you, and this is somebody else, and this energy body of you has been energized by this I, what do they feel when these two energy bodies interact? They feel your power. Okay? When they feel your power, then they know on the inside of them there is no chance of them being able to grab your power. So when we put a boundary in place, we always say, I, now there's two ways to put a boundary in place. Think that you are obstructive, okay, about this, and I won't allow it. Now you notice the word I. As soon as I say, I think you are being abusive, or I think that you are trying to manipulate me. Okay, all of the whatever it is that you think, the I think that this is, as soon as you say the I, this is the power that is out there. Okay, not a thing. When you say, I feel that it is that you are trying to get me to feel sorry for you, I'm not prepared to disempower you. You notice that? The I, okay? The I comes across. All right. So this I of you, when it is that you focus on saying I, then it is this is what I think, or this is what I feel. It's about me. This is about what I think or I feel, and it's got nothing about you. I think that you are being abusive, or I think that you are trying to manipulate me. So that's what I think, okay, in this interaction with this person. When you do it the other way around, you are trying to manipulate me. As soon as you do that, then it is that now this promotes conflict. Okay, this promotes the anger, this promotes the drama, this promotes the interactive thing. When you state how it is, this is how I feel. I feel unsafe in this situation with you, and I don't want to be here. It's how I feel, and I don't want to be here. Okay, so when you use the word I in there, you're avoiding conflict, you're avoiding her, but you're using your own power in getting this across. Is that clear for you?
Yes.
Okay, so it's really important for you to always use the word I in your sentence. Okay, and you always start with either this is how I feel, or you don't quite understand. Let me explain how I feel about this thing. And I feel like this, and because I feel like that, I don't want to pursue this thing any further, or I don't want to interact with you any further, or I don't want to. Okay, I'm thinking. And if they go into you and you say, you say, no, not me. This is how I feel about this situation, or this is what I think, and I'm not going to allow it. Okay, so boundaries is made up of two things. The first one is I need to always put my I in place. I always need to say either I think something or I feel something. Now, when it is that you feel, you need to know what it is that you are feeling. If you don't know what it is you are feeling, then you can't say is that I feel disappointed when you really feel I'm hurt. Okay? If you're feeling hurt, then it is you need to say I'm hurt. Okay? You don't embroider on it or don't try and soften it. Say what it is that you are feeling. If you don't know what you're feeling, then go the other route. I think this, because you guys are good at the thinking. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so it is, you need to know how it is that you are feeling. And when it is that you feel something, then it is you need to say this feeling. Okay, whatever it is. So, and feelings is a big problem with you guys, and we will address the feelings in the next lot of videos. Okay, on a thing. So, Chanel, now I want to say I want us to practice thing and to put a boundary in place with you, between you and me. Okay, so I want you to give me something about you that it is that you are sensitive about, something about your body or about the way you look or something. What would that be?
Oh, I have picked up some weight, so maybe that. Let's really test it.
Okay, well, we're going to have fun with this thing. So, Chanel, when I woke up this morning, I thought, I'm really looking forward to having this session with Chanel, because Chanel, I'll be able to talk to her about this, about boundaries, and that about boundaries. And then she came on the screen, and then I looked at all this chubbiness, and then I just felt, I wanted to be sick. And how does that make you feel?
When I listen to it, it feels like a punch in the stomach. So it hurts me to hear things like that. But I think.
Okay, so I want you to put a
I feel hurt, and I think there is some truth in it, but at least it doesn't change my personality.
Okay, so now you bring up a couple of very important things. Number one is, when you put a boundary in place, they're always short and sweet and to the point, concise. Okay, so the boundary must be is that, you see, the tendency, particularly for you guys, the tendency is as well, I need to justify it, I need to explain it, and I need to soften it, and I need to, and all of these things, okay? So that's not what I'm wanting. So what I'm wanting is, I'll say to you, and it makes me sick, then I want you to say, this is a boundary. I will not allow you to speak to me that way. My weight has got nothing to do with you. And if you carry on, I'm going to leave right now. Okay, well, let's make it even shorter. I will not allow you to discuss my weight at all. If you carry on, I'm going to leave. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, right. So now let's kick off again. So now, you make me so sick when I see this thing, and I don't even know why I'm spending this time talking to you.
I will not allow you to speak to me about my weight, and if you carry on, I will leave.
Ooh, that's not bad. I want you to say it now with a bit more power.
Okay.
Okay, and make it a bit shorter.
Okay. Peter, I will not tolerate you speaking about my weight. And if you carry on, I will leave.
Ooh, that's even better. try it again.
That feels better.
Okay, now try it again. And then with more power and concise to the point. Good.
I will not tolerate me in that way and about my way. If you don't stop, I will leave.
Good. Now, Chanel, by you doing it, what do you feel on the inside?
I feel powerful.
Exactly. Now, this is the thing I wanted you to do.
As much as that hurts, I'm almost giving it back to you. I'm not going to feel that hurt. I'm giving it back to you. That's how it feels.
Yeah. Okay. But can you feel that inner power in you? Can you feel it? It sits just here.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Now
even though
that.
but,
Okay.
But
so,
it seems like.
Yeah. So that's the inner power of you. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What I think and feel is two different things. I have to learn that.
Oh yes. Oh yes. 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 Okay. So that feeling of that power. Okay. Now can you see? Is that how much fighting was there? Okay. How much violence was there? How much was there? It was everything. It was about what it is that you feel, what it is that you weren't there. Okay. So if I go on and say, okay, she's trying to be a smart ass now. Okay, so Chanel, that nose of yours, that reminds me of an elephant. Really, you should be embarrassed of it. And you say,
because you're gonna just let that sink, and whatever you wanted to say just goes back, and now you take yourself out of your body, and then you lose all your power, and then you're disappointed in yourself. But then you think, just say something.
Okay, now put a boundary in place with me. Now, okay. So if I say, geez, that nose reminds me of an elephant. Okay, now put a boundary in place.
I will not allow you to belittle me and speak to me like that. And if you carry on, I will leave.
Chanel,
so carry on. I will leave you. Stay there alone.
Exactly. Okay. Can you see? So now, first boundary. Now I come back and say, bloody little bitch, she's being cheeky. I'll try something else. You put another boundary in place. And you put a boundary in place, and eventually, okay, eventually,
that
say,
person, he has to stop.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's try it from a different point of view. Now I want you to tell me how you feel. Okay, so I'm going to say the first one is now. So the example would be is that I feel something. Okay, when you say that, and I won't allow it, or I won't tolerate it, or I won't accept it. Okay, whatever it is. Remember, the first part of the boundary is what it is. It is. The next part of the boundary is what it is. You're not going to allow. Okay, so I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to tolerate it. I won't allow it, or whatever it is that you want from that. Okay, so these are the two parts. The strongest and the most impactful boundary is the one it is that you feel. So I feel something, and it is I will not accept you talking to me that way, or I won't accept you interacting with me that way. Okay, or I feel that you are imposing yourself on me, and I won't allow it. Whatever. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we go back to the first one. Okay, on the thing. And I say, hello, chubby cheeks. This is just you chubby and you loose and you bubbly and you, really terrible. And you say?
It hurts when you when you say that, and I will allow you to do that.
Yeah, no, I feel
Hurt.
When you say that, and
Things like that.
okay.
And I will not tolerate that, or I would not. Why is it so difficult when it's so obvious?
You see what I mean about a new skill, okay, on a thing. And it really is, it's because it's so strange for you to actually do that, because this is not something that you're used to doing. That, hey, I feel this way and I won't allow it, okay, one thing. So if you had to say that to me, okay, so say something about me, and I'm going to put a boundary in place with you.
You know, red is a really ugly color to wear today, Peter.
Chanel, I feel really insulted by you about the color of the shirt that I wear, and I won't allow you to speak to me that way. See?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think. All right.
So throughout the conversation, I won't insult you again because I felt that you gave it back to me. Well, so don't hand out.
Yeah. Okay, but this is okay. This is not a point scoring exercise. Okay, boundary setting is never a point scoring exercise. Boundary setting is what it is I feel or I think, and it is I won't allow this. Okay, because the idea of all of this is you are picking this up and you are protecting you. When it is done, the job goes done. You understand? Okay, so that's the purpose of the thing. So the purpose is for you to protect you. It's not a point scoring. It's not a, well, you know, I can be more sarcastic than you, or I can be this, or whatever it is. No, none of that. Okay, nothing. Remember that it is putting your boundary in place is generating respect. So in that respect, it is they need to treat you in a particular way. If they don't treat you that way, you're not going to allow it, and you will leave, or you won't accept it, or you won't, whatever it is. Okay. So boundaries are short and sweet and concise, okay? And you never go into the justification of this way. Well, I feel that, or I feel that, you know, maybe this or whatever that, or, you know, whatever. There's no justification. There's no explanation. The shorter you make it, the more powerful is the impact, the more it is you resolve the situation right there and then. Very, very important. You keep it short. Always use the word I in your sentence, okay? And then stay away from the yous. Of course, I feel really hurt when you talk to me. Of course, you need to use the you there, okay? But if you say, you hurt me when you say that, and I'm not going to allow it, what are you doing? Then it is you're inviting further abuse or further anger or further whatever it does, okay? When you say, I feel hurt, or I think you are being a bully by interacting with me like that, and I won't allow it. Okay, short, sweet, concise, to the point. You're looking confused.
No, understand.
Okay, is there anything more to this, or do you want another practice run?
I think it's clear. When start with I, how you feel, and what you want.
And what you want?
And know what I want. I want you to. What I will and what I won't.
Okay, so it is what it is that I think, what it is I feel about something, and then what I won't allow, or I won't tolerate, or I won't accept, or whatever. Okay, this is two parts in it. Okay, is it clear? It doesn't look like it. Oh, is it? Okay. Okay, one thing. So whatever it is, this is how I feel, this is how I think, then it is, I won't accept it, I won't tolerate it, I won't allow it. Or, you know, I'm going to get up and leave, whatever it is. Whatever the situation dictates for you. Okay? Or you can say, I want you to leave me alone. If you don't, I'm going to get up and leave. Okay? Or you can say to somebody is that, I feel that you are needy. I don't want to interact with needy people. When you feel better, come back and talk to me.
Phew.
Okay? Can you see? Okay, it's very, very powerful. Okay, now there's no conflict, there's no nothing, is that, you know, I don't want to, sorry, interact with needy people. Okay, when you're feeling better, then it is, come back and let's talk.
Yes, I feel powerful, like someone, yeah.
Now, just look at this as different kinds of examples of things around in your life. Okay, one thing. Now, I mean, if we had the time, we could discuss many different kinds of things, but I want to leave that for a different video. Okay, one thing. The important thing is I wanted to get the principles across now to you using a couple of examples, you know, sort of either way. Okay, so now I want to give you 3 guidelines as to for you to recognize when it is that your boundaries have been transgressed. Number 1 is when it is that you feel you have lost energy in some way, that somebody has triggered something in you. Okay, as soon as that's triggered in you, you know, power is going somewhere and you need to call it back, and then you need to put your boundary in place. Okay, as soon as you feel that there's a loss of energy in some way, rule number 1, if there's a loss in energy, your boundary has definitely been transgressed. Now you need to put a boundary in place. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is when I feel that I have a right to your money. Okay.
I don't understand.
So this one is that, well, you know, in some relationships, it is that the other partner feels that they have rights to you and your money. Your money is your money. Okay, if you want to give your money, then it is you can give your money if you want to give it, not because you have to give it, whatever. Okay, so kids are great with this, and this is particularly the ones with the kids. Okay, you go down to the shopping aisle and you're waiting in for the till, and they look and they see all the chocolates and all the things, and they say, "Oh, mommy, I want a chocolate. I want this. I want. Okay, on the thing, and you look and you say, "You know, I really haven't got money to buy them all the chocolates and things that they want, all the toys, all the things that they want." Okay, and then it is for you to put a boundary in place with them. Your money is your money. You worked for it. You have used your energy to get this money in. It's your money. You have expended your time to get this money in. You have the right to do with that money whatever you want to do. If you're in a relationship, then there must be some kind of agreement in place about what would be your contribution to this home environment. Okay, then it is whatever that contribution is what it is that you put into that contribution, but the other part of it is your money. You can do with that money whatever it is you want to do with it.
So the giving and receiving must be balanced, yes.
Exactly. Okay, but your money is your money. Okay, and nobody has a right to your money except for what is you decide to do. Okay, now in many relationships, this is a major problem. In other relationships, this is not such a big problem. Okay, the other one is where I feel I have a right to your time. So I phone you up and I say to you, Chanel, I need to see you now. And you need to accommodate me now. Okay, so you do the nails. So if I phone you and say, Chanel, I need you to do, well, I'm not really for you doing my nails, but okay. Okay, that I need you to do my nails now. Okay, then it is, you say, no, I have got this appointment or that appointment in time to fit you in there. Okay, one thing. This is also a problem in many corporates, where it is that people book you for meetings, okay, as though you have got no right to your time. Okay, then it is you can choose whether it is, remember the choice we spoke about, you can always choose when it is if you are available for that meeting or not. Okay, also when people want to perhaps just come over, and they come over when it is whenever they feel like it, not when it suits you. So the idea is first to ask you, are you home, and is it okay if it is that I come over to come have a cup of coffee with you or whatever it is, okay? If it's not okay, then it's okay for you to say no, part of your boundary. Okay, so saying the no's, that no, I'm not available today, but I'm perhaps available tomorrow or on the weekend or something, or, you know, can we meet, whatever it is then. Okay, all of those are things that it is that you need to be able to put the boundary in place about if it suits you or if it doesn't suit you. Okay.
It needs to be put both parties, and so that it can be fair and balanced.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because sometimes you can overbook yourself, and then you get tired and you use too much energy, and you feel guilty if you don't spend that time, if you don't work that time. And you need to put the boundary now so that things can just work out evenly and fairly and balanced.
Exactly. Okay. Now, remember, you bring up a very important point, and thank you for that. Remember, I spoke about the tissue being triggered in you. So as soon as you feel guilty, okay, you guys, and especially moms, you know, if there's one thing that